Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's Nesoa here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be showing you some of the test hands that I've been having with the Orcust deck that I've been profiling on this page. I am a returning player, and I haven't been playing for quite some time now. I only joined back pretty much near enough the same time that lockdown started, or there or thereabouts. So I've only been playing the game for about like 2 months-ish. So I'm still pretty much learning the meta and learning how to play the game again. And obviously this is the first deck I picked up, so I'm still learning this deck as well. And Orcust is a quite complicated deck. There's a lot of plays you can make. There's a lot of different routes to take to get to the same boards, and some of them are safer, some of them are not safer, some of them get more rewards from them, some of them don't. So it's just a big learning curve to try and learn this deck, but I think it was a good choice on my part to learn this deck instead of something like Adamantipator and Eldritch, because I feel like this deck is a bit more rogue. It's a bit more not expected, I think. So if I took this to a tournament, say, I don't think people will be siding many cards for this deck. I think they'd be mainly concerned with Ada and Eldritch, and I think that would play into my hands a bit more. So I am comfortable with picking up this deck instead of those decks, but yeah. So I just wanted to quickly go through some of the changes that I made since the last video, where I also made changes, because I am tweaking the deck a lot, obviously, because I said I'm only just learning the deck, I'm only finding out what I like recently. So the deck will be modified on a day-to-day even basis. But usually just like every week I'll change something over the deck, see if I like it. If I don't, then I'll change it back. So I'll just quickly go through the changes before I get into the video. So I've changed out the 3 pot desires for 3 or lower. They both gave you 2 draws, so they gave you 2 cards deeper in to try and grab the Gearsu or Scrap Recycler. But this just banishes a dark monster from your hand, which is honestly not that bad. With World 1 we can special summon everything back, and Galatea can shuffle stuff back, and Ding can equip stuff, so like banished machines is not that bad. So yeah, I don't even feel like that's a cost, and it helps you just get into the plays that you need. I did enjoy the extra +1 from Pot Desires, but I don't feel like it was worth banishing those 10 cards when I have a card like a lower like I could play. Then I played 3 combo extenders. I took out the mekk-knight engine, the 3 purple and 2 blue, and I put in 2 Orcust cards, and I put 3 extenders in. I put the Apprentice Illusion Magician back in, Reasoning, and a 1/1 just as extenders, just to play through hand traps and stuff like that. And then I put the Crescendo back in for a little bit more protection on the Destruction Sword plays, and the Bombard just for the combos that I showed off in the combo video, where you can safely summon Galatea through an Effect Veiler or a Imperm and stuff. Just because I enjoyed the versatility of having a Bombard and just being able to normal summon it and go into place through that. So yeah, I enjoy the Bombard over the 3rd Nightmare. I know a lot of people are just playing 3 Nightmare and 1 Bombard. I don't think anyone's playing 2 Bombard anymore. I think they did for a little bit when Harpower got banned, but Gearsu wasn't in the game. But since Gearsu's come out, I think everyone switched to 1 Bombard. But I actually really enjoy Bombard, and with Scrap Recycler in the deck, that's going to be always your normal summon. So if you have Gearsu in hand, you can always send a Bombard and then special summon the Gearsu. So it's actually really good in this deck. So yeah, let's just go straight into the test hands then. I'm just going to do test hands as if you're going first turn. If I have time at the end, I might go through some hands where you're going second, but we'll see how long it takes us to get through some hands first. I'm only going to be showing what you're going to do on first turn. I'm not going to play out a whole game, because obviously I can't see the opponent's hand, and I'll try and play through Disruption as well if we have it, and I'll let you know how I'm going to be doing that as well. So we're just going to quickly break down the hand. So first of all, let's have a look at our starting hand. So we have a World Legacy World Wand, a Bombard, a Jet Synchron, a Symbol Skeleton, and a Orcust Gearzu. Straight off the bat, looking at this hand, my immediate reaction to it is we have no protection, and that is quite concerning. Obviously, there's not much we can do about that, but we do have plays to make. We can make a combo, and we can safely make a lot of combos with just this normal summon here, because we have this in hand and this in hand. So if I was playing through this hand, I would do something along the lines of normal summon the Jet Synchron, and then link it off for a Link Karibo. I'd then activate the effect of Jet Synchron, special summon it out by discarding the Bombard. Now Bombard's engraved, ready to activate this, but I would then link these two off. You could, in this situation, go for a Hackle Fiber X, but I'm just going to go straight into a Union Carrier, just because I don't want to mess around. I feel like it's just a lot safer to do. When we banish the Bombard, we summon the Gearzu from hand. Gearzu's then going to get its effect to send a monster. If they do have a hand trap in this situation, they'll hand trap you. What you're going to do is just activate the Carrier and equip the Destruction Sword to the Gearzu, so it's Gearzu on 28 and they cancel them from the extra deck. That's still pretty strong. Destruction Sword is actually really good. And there's obviously nothing you can do if they do have hand traps, but if they don't, then you can still continue the plays. You can send Nightmare, banish the Nightmare, send a World Wand. And then you can go into Galatea by banishing, well, when you send the World Wand, you could summon the one back from the grave, from the hand, and then link into Galatea. Should go by there, and then you can banish the World Wand, summon Nightmare, use the effect of Galatea to shuffle the wand back in, and set a Crescendo. So then you can go Crescendo Destruction Sword, or you can set the Babel and just go straight into a Ding. Equip the Jet Synchron, because Ding just says machine. And then activate Union Carrier and equip a Destruction Sword onto the Nightmare. This is a pretty solid play. Maybe some Ding in defense, just so they can Lightning Storm you. This is pretty strong. The only real add to this is drawing Dark Ruler no more and Lightning Storm, or Dark Ruler no more and some way to get rid of this, or attack over a 2k monster without using the extra deck, because obviously Dark Ruler no more negates monster effects, but this is a spell. So yeah, it's a pretty strong board. The only problem with that hand is that we didn't draw any disruption in terms of like Phantasmes or Nibiru's or stuff like that would help us, just to stop our opponents from making plays. So we had enough combo pieces to do a lot of combos, but we just didn't have enough protection. So yeah, I'm thinking about maybe bumping up the amount of hand traps I'm running to about 9, so chucking in like maybe 3 Ash, just to kind of like have more disruption and have more you can't play Yu-Gi-Oh cards, just because I think it helps the deck play a bit better. So instantly this hand is insane. So we have a Phantasme and an Allure, so we could activate the Allure, but we also have the Scrap Recycler with 2 Cold Weather Graves, which means our scrap combo is almost 100% guaranteed. The only thing they can have at this point would be a Nibiru or a Imperm. So, which is there's only 3 of those cards. The chances of them having those cards are not very likely. But you also have the 2 draws from a lure if they do end up interrupting you. So, yeah, this is a pretty strong hand, and there would be a lot of plays you could do with this. I'm not going to go through the scrap combo because it goes quite a while, and there's scrap combos everywhere in wherever in Yu-Gi-Oh! So you can basically make the Union Carrier Destruction Sword ding lock and lock your opponent out. If they haven't used Call by the Graves, you can set 2 Call by the Graves and you have a Phantasme with a discard in hand, which just completely shuts them out of anything. They do manage to get around the Destruction Sword, you can summon the Phantasme, draw cards, and maybe get into a Nibiru and just Nibiru them. So, cards pretty good. So yeah, I think I'm going to go through a few second turn hands before I end this video. It has taken a while, it's already 11 minutes, so yeah, I think we're just going to try and go through a few second turn hands and then end the video because I don't want it to be too long. So yeah, I'm just going to go through. So our first hand is Phantasme, which is perfect, and then we have combos, so it's even better. In this situation, our opponent's probably going to be making some sort of needle fiber play, or summoning some sort of link. So we're going to be special summoning the Phantasme, drawing 2 cards, that's perfect, and then shuffling the card back. We're probably going to shuffle a Gear Suit back. So we just shuffle that into the deck. At which point now we have Nibiru to drop, so we can drop the Nibiru. Usually someone's making 5 summons a turn. Yes, in Adder they can summon monsters to disrupt, but they also have certain choke points in which they'll like overlay the Quacko Guardian, and in that situation they can be under the threat of Nibiru. So there is ways to use Nibiru against decks like that, and the Eldritch Synchro variant, you can just pretty much just drop Nibiru in it. You can shut it off before it even gets anywhere, if you know the right point to do it. So yeah, so we're just going to assume we drop Nibiru, then we go second. Our draw is a call by, which is perfect. Means our combos are 90% of the time going through. So we're just going to allure straight away and draw 2. I managed to wobble once really, because I mean, we'll banish the Phantasme. Don't need the Phantasme. So we can instantly just go Apprentice Illusion, discard now, normal summon the scrap, make the scrap combo. We can send a Bombard at some point during that to special summon the Gear Suit from hand and the Call by the Grave. They pretty much get an OTK this turn if they have no stops, and even if they do, we can play through a lot of interruptions with this set of hand, with like the Illusion Magician and the Scrap Recycler. Like even if they negate this, summon this, go into Scrap Recycler, you also have the Call by the Grave. There's tons of plays you can make, and this is already a 3k body on field, so they're 100% getting OTK this turn unless they have like 3 disruptions, which through an Nibiru, I don't know if they could do. So that would be an easy turn 2 win. We'll go through one more test hand, and then I think I'll call it the end of the video then. So yeah. As you can see, I've built the deck to kind of go first or go second. There's a lot of go second cards in, like the Phantasmes and the Nibirus, but then I've also left the Destruction Sword in, just so that if we do go first, we can make Destruction Sword and pass, and that's usually pretty good first turn play. This is our opening hand. It's not really good, but it's okay for going second because we have the ability to drop Phantasme. Most people are using links, so I think it's stupid to not assume you're going to be summoning Phantasme. If you're playing against a deck that hasn't gone into links turn 1, they've either bricked or they're just a really slow deck, in which case you should be able to just win naturally because the Orcust engine is probably more powerful than him. So yeah, so we're just going to draw 2 cards. This is an incredible draw, and we're obviously going to be putting the Scrap Golem back into the deck. So yeah. Now if we draw for turn, we're drawing a bombard. It doesn't really matter. It's not really anything to worry about. If they do end up removing this from the field, we still have tons of plays. We can summon the Scrap Recycler. They find any way to negate it. We can ditch the bombard, not the bombard, ditch the jet synchron and summon this. Then we can link off. We also have the jet in the grave ready to summon back and discard this. We also have the 2 searches, so we can actually search for a return if we make Galatea, which is incredibly powerful. Again, those 2 draws could help us dig into Nibiru or just a Call by the Grave, just something to shut our opponent off, because you can use Call by the Grave defensively, but you can also use it aggressively, which is why I like Call by the Grave. It's a very versatile card, and it never has a dead matchup. So yeah. I think this was also a pretty good hand. The Phantasme helps unbrick these hands, because if we didn't have the Phantasme, we were probably not drawing that powerful of a hand. But shuffling back the Scrap Golem is crucial to allowing the Scrap Golem to go through. So Phantasme is actually a really, really strong card in this deck. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it wasn't too long or too boring, but let me know what you think, and drop a like if you enjoyed, and if you want to see more videos like this, and if you want me to make more videos about the changes I'm making to the deck and what I'm learning about the deck as I'm coming back into the game, then I'll be happy to do that. Just let me know. And yeah, subscribe if you're new. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.